How's it going, everybody? PigBay here, PB for short, and today we're going to take a look at, I guess you can call it a dethroned king. This thing used to just wreak havoc back at tier 8, but Atlantico has changed that. Now, is the ship still good here in 2024? Now, back in the day, you can get this beautiful ship here, I must add, for 50 copper from the shipyard, but then they took that out because they realized of how much of a good ship this thing is. So it was a steal for 50 copper. Now, what makes it so good is that it's pretty accurate. I'm not gonna say it's the best accuracy, but it's pretty accurate. But you have access to rapid reload 2 and precise aim 2. Now, honestly, any ship that comes out with this pairing, I always call it the Roma treatment, because it's honestly what makes Roma so good. But not just that, the pen's actually still pretty good too. It's funny because as I'm playing this, this thing used to be like the pinnacle of tryhards. All right, if you wanted to try hard in a battleship, this is what you were playing. But honestly, like, I still see them pop up. It's not like really a forgotten battleship, but it's really a dethroned battleship. You got very good battleships at this tier. Tier 8 is one of the most competitive tiers, honestly, in terms of ships. Now, one of the weaknesses that this boat had, or has, I should say, is its AA wasn't really that good. So when you got into carrier games, a lot of times they end up focusing you down. You get set on fires, you get the floods, you get the works. That's honestly one leg that the Richie had above this. This thing used to print citadels. Like, if you had citadel missions, this is the boat that you were playing. But I don't feel like they're as consistent as they used to be. You still get them. Don't get me wrong. You'll still get them. The pen is still pretty damn good. Getting full pens, you know, regularly. But it doesn't citadel as much as it used to. At least in my opinion. Even so, she's still a solid pick. If you're a newer player and you're looking for a tier 8 battleship, this thing happens to be at a reasonable price, or you win it from, like, I don't know, something, a crate, I would say you got a good battleship on your hands. It's still a solid choice all through and through. It might make it back to the shipyard. Definitely not for 50 copper. That was a bargain. That's never coming back, and you can guarantee that. Now onto the match. You see that I pushed into B to take it so that my team has the advantage on points. Will slowly trickle more points than they will with their 1 cap. But I'm not pushing into 3 battleships. I'm going to go ahead and nose in, try to make myself a smaller target so that I can try to tank all these shells. And you can see they're all shooting at me. They all want me dead. So we're just going to go ahead and keep this angle. I can get all 3 guns onto that NorCal. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Now, I am going to swap my fire over to the Odin because Odin is deciding to push into B, and I really want to dissuade them from coming in. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the reload booster, the precise aim, the works, the Roma treatment, and try to get as much shells on target. And we do a pretty decent amount of damage. We got 9 shells out of 9. Not bad. Now, our second salvo, not as good, but 7 out of 9 is still very, very good. There was a lot of full pens in there, and we're just about to get in the secondary range. Now, the thing that you have to remember, Odin has torpedoes. So I know eventually he's going to go ahead and launch them. So I'm going to throw this thing in reverse. I'm back in the cap so that he can't really take it, but I have teammates in here, so I could have just stayed a little further back. But we'll go ahead and get him down with the fire, and there are the torpedoes. So we're just going to ease on back and slide there, not taking any damage from those. But we have taken a good amount of damage from everybody shooting at us. One of the things, if you notice, the more astute of you will notice that I hit the little button to take off the auto tracking, the auto aim is what we call it, because I wanted to hit that deck armor when I was fighting Odin to try to get those full pens. I still have it off here at NorCal, but for those that don't know, it for some reason seems that the aiming is a lot more accurate because you can aim at what you want to hit. Say I want to hit that deck armor, instead of the belt armor. For some reason, the auto aim pulls your round down into the belt armor, which is really leads to a lot of bounces and half pens that you get. Now, thankfully, they've decided to stop shooting me, both Sovietsky and the Black North Carolina. Probably because I'm just a skinnier target, but there's also a DD in Black North Carolina's face, so I kind of don't blame them for not shooting at me. But that leads us to live a little bit longer and get a little bit extra damage onto them. One thing to note also, I do turn it on for someone that's turning or a target that's running away, just because it's a little easier to manage. It's harder to hit a target that's moving away from you. So that's why I end up swapping that back. We're going to go ahead and take out the North Carolina. 2 kills to our name. We're going to take a stab at the Kagero, but spoiler warning, we hit nothing. And this is going to be pretty much the damage of the game. 109,000 damage done, 2 kills to our name, but the main thing I want to highlight in this video is the amount of tanking that we did for our team. We were the bullet sponge so that they can do what they needed to do. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have the chance to pick up the Roma, pick it up. It's still a very good ship, even in today's day, here in 2024. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good one. Until next time.